You guys, welcome to episode 19 of The Big Messy Bun. And the bun needs its own moment today because it is massive, it is cute, it is full of energy and character. I'm going to spin for those of you on YouTube. It is a beauty, and it's just a big one today. And today also is going to be a big episode that I think, well, I hope that all the episodes are something that will help you move forward in life. Because honestly, going backwards isn't the direction we want to go. It's just not. You've heard the analogy that in the car, the windshield is the big window and your rear view mirror is the little tiny thing that you're looking into. That's life. I love car analogies, you guys. I really do. I love talking about being in the driver's seat and staying in your lane, all of these things. But today, that song was brought to you by a friend I met in the universe, in the Instagram sort of universe. Actually, I met her through a speaking gig that I did for a company that she works for. And her name's Lindsay, and she has the Laugh podcast. You need to check it out, Living Alcohol Free. And she sent me this song one day. I was getting ready to train a bunch of people, and I said to her, hey, what are some good workout songs that you like? And she sent me the song Flames by Guetta Sia. And you need to listen to it if you are ever feeling like you want to give up or that it's too late or like, why bother? Okay, bother. Go listen to that song and it will light you up. It's called Flames. It'll light you up. Good Lord, just 1 second. Those were my notes for the day. So you're going to go listen to that song and get lit. But today I was chatting with a couple of good friends and I said, I'm going to go record. And they're like, oh, what's the topic of today? So today's topic is going to be it's going to be on the theme. And you might have noticed the theme since beginning this podcast is that I want you to jump and figure it out as you go. I want you to take chances. I want you to live full. This is truly what I want. I'm hoping that this is giving you. I want you to remain curious about your life and curious about dreaming and thinking and sharing or not sharing. Like, honestly, it's your brain, your head, your life. You get to live it however you choose. And so today is going to talk a little bit about growth. It's going to talk about starting things. It's going to talk about letting go. It's going to talk about finishing something. And I'm going to start with finishing something because I'm shouting out a friend of mine. My friend Cindy, who is an incredible inspiration to me, she just finished the final course that she needed to complete her university degree. And this took her much longer than she intended. And there was so many obstacles in her way, which she barreled through, including that she got sober during the process of earning her university degree. And I also want to mention she's an incredible single mom to two incredibly talented athletes, okay? And so she's a busy mom doing life for them, with them, for her. And Cindy, I just want to say congratulations, because what you did is why we're talking today about it's never too late. So Cindy is in her mid-40s and she got her university degree, and it took her way longer than she ever thought it would. And I was with her in the last few years. I've known Cindy for about 4 years now, and we've been through a lot together. 4 or 5 years anyways. And I've listened to her many times talk about, I need to get that last course. She had one course dangling over her degree, but you can see how life can get so busy that it can feel like insurmountable. I cannot do that. I can't do that course. And it was a subject that wasn't her favorite, math. And let me tell you, girl, I'm not a math person either. And the other day I was at work, speaking of math and speaking about just holding your own, I was at work and I was covering a shift for in a department at work that I don't normally work in. And I had to run a dart game. Darts, guys, You need fast freaking math for darts. There's the dartboard. Then there's the spots. Then there's the double spots. Then there's the triple spots. And then you got to add them fast and all of the things. Well, one of the gentlemen, well, maybe two, in the crowd was like, oh, your generation, you can't do mental math. I'm like, my generation? I didn't like mental math when I was in grade 2, dude. Like, I'm not a math person. And I just claimed it, owned it. I didn't give a shit. I was like, I don't math, but I do a lot of other really great talents. You want to do some push-ups right now? You want to go? You want to go for it? Seriously, I don't math and I don't care. Oops, I just said the word. There's a word. I don't want to say it again. I'll spell it. It's the word seriously, okay? When I say seriously, like with power, my phone thinks I'm talking to my phone, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't math. It wasn't her favorite subject, but guess what? She buckled down and did it. And guess what I did? I buckled down in that moment and I did a bit of math. By the end of the dart game, I could do some triples. Like if it was like a triple in the 3 spot, I'm like, yeah, 9, motherfuckers. I didn't say that. Come on, you guys. You know where I work. So guess what I did? I did the second step of what we're going to talk about today. I gave them the job. I'm like, hey, you want to do math for me? I'll like fix the dartboard and I'll pull the little thingies out and I'll reinsert the fin if it falls out of the end of the dart. Like I'll take care of this for you, but you guys can math. I let them have that job. I let go of it. I didn't care. I'm like, I didn't feel judged. I owned it. And so that just kind of is about letting go, right? It's something so small. I could have been like, oh my God, I'm such a dummy. I can't do math. Oh my Lord. Who cares? Everybody's got something, right? Everybody has something they're good at, something they're not very good at. But let's not get sidetracked. The last thing was finish something. So my friend Cindy, she finally did it. Congratulations, girl. And I said to her, you got to be so proud of yourself. That is a freaking huge accomplishment. So shout out to her. We're now going to switch gears completely and talk about change and talk about hitting the reset. Okay. So sometimes we feel stuck. Okay. It's the truth. And I've been very fortunate over the years to have some strange ability, I guess you could say, to just jump when I felt it was necessary and in different situations. Okay. So, and there's times when I have felt really behind, like I should be further along in life than I am currently. And those should have statements really can tank your energy. They can tank your enthusiasm. Whew, that was a big word. I was worried it wouldn't come out of my mouth, but it can. And so if we could look at things in the eyeglasses of I'll do it when, or I'll jump and figure it out. And again, the theme of this podcast has been for the last 19 episodes about that, getting in the driver, continuing to, and not feeling like it's too late. The other day I was at work, and I work with 75 to 100. Actually, one of our dudes, Peter, was at the Jets game. He's going to be 102 in May. And he was just interviewed by one of the local TV things or whatever. I don't know where that came from, but just the fact that I work with folks that are doing things and still getting out and exploring and living life. If you're on the video, you're seeing me pick, I think I have a hair that's dangling through my eye right now. Just trying to get rid of it. But the fact that it's not even about him getting interviewed. I just kind of got sidetracked there with that thought. But where I work, people are constantly trying to figure out new ways of being of purpose and having something to focus on. And I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, the lady that is looking at starting something. So we've come up with a plan. I will share the plan once it's solidified. There are just a few details we need to hammer out. You guys, she is so excited at 77 years old. At 77 years old, she is starting a volunteer position somewhere. We're just hoping, fingers are crossed, that it will all pan out. And she's going to go once a month, and I'm going to get her there. I'm going to get her to the location to do her volunteer work. At 77 years old, you guys, she is wheelchair bound. She can't walk, and I'm going to make sure I transport her to the place and stay with her and be her partner in crime. And yeah, at 77, she is so freaking jacked, you guys. She hasn't had something to look forward to for about the last 10 years. And she's so excited. She's also, I have to say, I'm very excited that she's learning all about the let them, let me theory. I'm going to just bring you back to episode 2, I believe, if you are watching on the audio, on the video. I just walked away and I'm coming back to remind you of my rock, you guys. Let them and let me. These 4 words, you guys, they're so freeing, because we're not all meant to be the same person. We're not all meant to like the same foods. We're not all meant to like the same music. We're not all meant to like the same exercise or lack of exercise, whatever it is. Listen, this is really cool. We're not even all supposed to want the same shit in life. And when you can start to figure that out, and where you start, I believe, is within yourself. What is it that you do value? What is it that you do love? What is it that you do desire, want, dream of? Quit focusing on what everyone else around you is doing. And you let them, and then you let me. That's the second half of that. And so if you can let go of that perception that someone might have of you, even, honestly, or if you're in a situation where you can discuss it with someone that you love and care about, do that. Take the time to have those conversations. I used to shy away from hard conversations, and I'm going to share with you that it's still a new territory for me. From years of kind of being shushed and not been felt open to talk or be free with my words, not holding my own, let's say, and sometimes it takes me a few days. I have to sit and think about, how do I want this to come out? So sometimes I do have to sit. But if you have something that's sitting that you haven't shared or you haven't voiced and you need to let it out, go let it out. And then you build that muscle up inside of you, that communication muscle that's so freaking important. And so let me, I didn't even know we were going to go there. We kind of went off topic, okay? But guess what? This is my show. And if you want a podcast that's run different, run your own podcast, okay? I'm just kidding. But no, I'm not kidding. If you have a podcast dream, go fucking do it. The other day, someone commented to someone that I know. They joked about the mic. They said I looked stupid, they were mocking the mic. I'm like, do you have a podcast? What are you using? No, the person didn't even have a podcast. And I don't give a shit, because I'm like, this is how I communicate through, so that the music and the sound goes through to the computer and does the thing. And one day I might have a different setup. But guess what? I got started. And that person doesn't have a podcast. So do I care? Not really. Y'all can laugh at me. You can do whatever. I'm just doing it the way I know how. So let them have their opinion. And I'm going to keep rocking this little thing until I figure it out. And actually, I do have a system. It's sitting right in front of me here that I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it on this podcast, you guys. Your girl has a boyfriend. I know. I didn't think I was going to drop it. Holy shitballs. I just dropped it right here on the episode. But that episode is going to come later. But he is a very techie guy. And he actually produces music and stuff like that. So he's loaned me a setup and I don't even know how to work it yet. So I'm going to figure it out. Am I feeling like a dork that I haven't used it yet? Nope, because I'm going with what I know right now. And then I'll figure it out. And then I will get to it. I will get to it. I just dropped the boyfriend advice or the boyfriend word on the podcast. But you know what? Here's the thing. I just let things roll out of me as they come. I truly do. And when I do that, for me, that's where I feel my most authentic self and realist self. So if you are, I'm going to bring you back because I believe we're around that 15-minute mark that we are going to wrap up. And I'm going to wrap up on the notes that I actually wanted to start with. And it's about not fearing the change, not fearing growth. You know, taking time to grow and sit in it, learn from it. And instead of asking yourself things like, why is this happening to me? Or why won't I finish that degree? Like I only have one course left. You know, whatever that dream is that you're sitting on or whatever that thing you want to finish, just do it. Just go for it. Everything will figure itself out one way or the other. It will work or it won't work, but at least you've done something. You've taken the action on it. When you take those action steps, that's where the magic happens. That's where it starts to change for you. It doesn't change by ruminating and sitting in your thoughts over and over and over. When we ruminate, it's like making stew. Like, you know, when you stew like something for a long time. I mean, it's different. I'm not even going to use that analogy because guess what? I know how to make soup now, and it does need to simmer and do its thing. But I'm going to say this right now, that if you have something happen to you and you sit in it, you have two kind of paths you can take. You can ruminate or you can redirect. You can take a new direction and change and figure it out. Or you can sit back there and keep, you know, mumbling and grumbling. The lady that I'm working with, 77 years old. And when I say I'm working with her, you guys, she's a tenant. She is a resident who had been living darkly in her past and is at 77 years old seeing light. She's seeing possibility. She sat in the darkness for so long, and now she's seeing the light. If she can do this, you can do this. And when you start to take those steps, we're taking small steps. And we don't know where they're going to take us, but good Lord, she is some excited. She is so excited to be taking these steps. So there we go. I'm going to pull out my second rock, and I keep this one near me. And this is my "What is this here to teach me" rock. What is this here to teach me? And so those on audio, I have a tiny little rock. I will share in some of the videos that I put together when promoting this podcast. This little rock, it's a 2-piece rock, and I'm actually missing the bottom of it. I don't know where it is. And I actually, this is so funny. So I take rocks and I write on them and I gift them to people that I love and care about. And this one, I decided to try painting it. So guess what I painted it with? Because I didn't really have any clear paint. I painted it with clear top coat nail polish. But when I did that, it made my words smear a bit. So if anyone has a tip on painting rocks and having them not I'd like the ink to stay, but I could just stick with my basic rock. This one I've just wrote on. I've got all kinds of words on this rock. This is my rock, my guidance rock. And it's words that I've lived by over the last, I started this rock in 2020. So this is my 2020 rock, and I'm going to keep writing on it until there's no more spots, and then I'll find a new rock. But it's my heart rock, and I am going to set that down. I'm going to remind you guys here that today is a great day. If something is not working well for you and you need to deal with it, I'm going to give you the courage. Courage was one of my words. 2022 courage to try. I'm going to give you that. I think Sia sings a song called Courage. Is it Sia that sings that? Ooh, now I better check because I love that song too. And I'm going to double check because why not? I'm here with you and I'm going to give you 2 songs for homework. Courage, Courage. Courage. Courage to Change. That's it. Courage to, is it Courage to Change? Come on. Search. I'm pretty sure Sia sings that. Yes, I was right. So, Courage to Change. Go listen to that song. Go listen to Flames. And if you don't like any of that, let yourself off the hook. It's a Wednesday. It is your hump day reminder to go and live your life. Full. Bye.